Well-Hungians, and welcome to the, I don't know which annual number, maybe 7 or 8, Well-Hung Endorserment draw for the year 2022. So exciting! All told, we got about 64 ballots in the bucket from the year. I included some extra categories just to kind of fill it out, because I was kind of a stickler this year for having people make sure that they get the link to my store in their post where they had something nice to say. So I was kind of a stickler for that. So you may have said some nice things, but if you didn't get the link in the store, you don't necessarily get a ballot in there. Got lots of prizes and swag to give away, 10 different groups. And but first I wanted to talk a little bit about the year, if you're interested. For the year I sold about 75 or 80 sets of Pro Pins, which are my proprietary, my own design strap buttons, which are a fair amount bigger than a regular strap button. And lots of people who have adopted them love them. They really do take the place of a set of those clunky, complicated strap lock gadgets. They're just simple, pure, and authentic. So 75 sets of those, probably 50, maybe 55 sets of my old school strap locks, which are, I would say, growing in popularity slowly. These are like an old school thing. These are my own take on the classic ones. They're probably a little bit more robust than the classic ones, but you know, people who have adopted them love them too. Also going to be giving away a set of those too. A couple of sets of those, I think, in the draw. And also for straps, I think I sold somewhere between 200 and 225 straps over the year, which is a record year for me. I made my goal, which my wife and I had talked about early, about maybe this time last year. You can, if you make this this amount of cashola, then you can continue to do what you do. And I kind of barely made it in December, halfway through December, so not barely, I did okay. Pretty happy with how I get, and of course the problem with sales, being somebody who's been in sales for much of my career, is once you make a target, well, what happens to that target? Yeah, it gets high. Your next target is a little higher. So I got some challenges ahead of me this year. My audience, buyers on Facebook is growing. Instagram is also growing, but I'm not sure how to work Instagram too well. I don't think I'm doing a good enough job on that. I see other people working Instagram really well, and I think I just don't seem to have the time to do the amount of videos and stuff like good Instagram people are doing, but I have to try and maybe work that into my workflow a little better. Reddit is weird, but I'm doing really well on a couple of guitar forums, which is really where it all started for me, and that's where I feel most at home, talking to actual people that are on guitar forums, because I think from my experience, I am almost personally the prototypical guitar forum guy. I'm, you know, in my 50s and have way too many guitars and love to talk gear. And in my small way, I'm trying to help people improve their gear stables a little bit. So one other announcement I wanted to make is I have a new affiliation. Not really an endorsement deal. I don't want to really call it that, because I mean, the classic endorsement deal is where say a band or an artist just has like wears something from a company but maybe necessarily doesn't pay for it. I really don't like that idea, so I don't really want to send anybody free straps and try and buy their loyalty. Frankly, I can't afford that. But what I do ask is, if you're an artist or semi-famous or famous, give me a chance and take a chance on me, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to earn your loyalty with the product that I make, because you know, so many people who do try what I do once come back for more, and my loyalty, the loyalty that my customers show to the Well-Hung brand is high, and I don't think it's because I'm so very good looking. Definitely not that. As far as affiliation endorsements, I did recently do a deal with Stan and Jeremy of a power trio called Midnight Crow in Wisconsin. Milwaukee, I believe, and a couple of really solid dudes. They blast out dangerously heavy blues rock. And if you have some time, want to go maybe check out some new stuff on Spotify, check out Midnight Crow. They're right in my personal wheelhouse. Great tone, cool lyrics, and just some really good music. If you get a chance to see them live, I mean, buy their merch. Maybe get a chance to hang out with them. That would be awesome. I'm sure that you would dig them, and they'd probably dig you too. So yeah, check them out. I know they would appreciate you as much as they're appreciating their new well-hung straps. So with that, let's get to the draw. Enough blah blah. My list of stuff. We're going to work our way down from 10, which is maybe the lesser prize. They're all great prizes, but to number 1, which is the straps, which is really why you're watching. So I'm going to do some draws here. 10 draws. Again, 65 or so things in here. I did add some extras for a couple of YouTube reviews, which was really nice, really a bonus when somebody actually takes the time to do a YouTube. I know this stuff is not easy to do. Putting yourself out there. Also, I kind of added filled it out a little bit with some really super great reverb feedback. So that's an important thing to remember when you do, if you buy something from me off Reverb, if you get a chance, use your words and say something nice, but you know, say it in a way that makes it almost unbearable for somebody to resist trying out a well-hung strap if they read your feedback, because I know a lot of people do read my feedbacks, and it seems to be working for me. So let's go. Number 10. This is for 2 sets of Pro pins and a toque. And Colin Marchand, who goes by Colin Bass on Talk Bass, and I believe he's on Facebook as well. So he's going to get himself 2 sets of Pro pins and a toque. And that's draw number 1. Also note that there's some, like Colin for example, he's one of the biggest endorsers. He's got several ballots in here. It doesn't matter how many times you endorse me online and I see it. And if you do the right thing and post the link, you'll get a ballot in the draw. So he could win several more times. I think he had the most. Next up, for a banner and a set of old school strap locks, we have Anirar. He's a TGP, the gear page guy. He's very active on the forum, mostly in the pub, but I know he's got a lot of great gear, and he's actually purchased a couple well-hung straps, and he's said some nice things too. So he gets prize number 2, which is a banner and some old school strap locks. Next up, for a t-shirt and 1 set of Pro pins, we have Rick Ringle, who his name actually escapes me, but I believe he's also, I got him listed here on Instagram, but I know he's on Facebook, and I do believe he's on the Tone Rooms as well, one of the mainstays there. So congratulations, Rick Ringle, for a t-shirt and 1 set of Pro pins. Prize number 7 for 10 well-hung picks. Ooh, special stuff. And 1 set of Pro pins and a toque. I don't have any toques made up, but I'll make one for you. And it's going to a fellow on the gear pages called Yugnat. I can't remember what he said or which strap he bought previously, but Yugnat on the gear pages, you have won a prize. I'll be getting in touch with you. 10 well-hung picks, 1 set of Pro pins, and a toque. Alright, prize number 6. This is so much fun. I really dig this. Giving away free stuff, man. Alright, number 6. 2 sets of Pro pins and a well-hung t-shirt to Scott Dasson on Reverb. Just a Reverb customer. Must have said something really nice, maybe posted something online. Congratulations, Scott. Prize number 5. Set of old school strap locks and a well-hung t-shirt, which everybody wants. Everybody can use. Oh, Live Evil 2000 on the Tone Rooms. I know his first name as Vito because he was been with Well-Hung, jumped in big with Well-Hung this year. I don't know how many straps he's purchased from me. He's also a custom guitar renovator, has been working on a lot of those crackle finishes with the BC Rich guitars. And I think he has a company called Guitar Rescue, something like that. But he does amazing work, and he loves my straps. And I'll be pleased to send him some old school strap locks and a t-shirt. Prize number 4 for 2 sets of Pro Pins. A Well-Hung banner. You remember the Well-Hung banner? If you have one, most of you might have one of these already, but you can always use another one, you know. Put it over the window for your bachelor pad. Well-Hung. I call these the Octane banner. Oh, I almost dumped my bucket here. Whew. All right. So this is for the banner, 2 Pro Pins and a toque. J Stang 55 on the gear pages. J Stang 55, congratulations, you have won something. A banner, toque, 2 Pro Pins. All right, now we're getting into the prizes for the straps. So this is the strap for the 3rd prize. I call this Black Rose. It's kind of a B-stock because it used to be white and black, but there was a couple of places where some of the glue that I used seeped through and turned the white parts yellow, or orangey yellow. So what I did was I just dyed the whole thing, all the white orangey yellow. It's beautiful, actually. I was thinking this would go really great on like a BSB or anything black, maybe even an orange guitar. Heavy duty leather. It's a beautiful strap. You can take this strap or a $50 credit in the Reverb store towards anything in there. And this is going to Riley Blake on Reverb. Riley Blake, I know Riley. I think he used to live in the Northwest Territories, way up high, but I believe he moved to Quebec. And he's a young fella. Got a really nice collection of guitars. We actually were in touch quite often. He's actually purchased one just a couple weeks ago. All right, so who else is next here? For the prize number 2, I made this special strap. What is it stuck here on a door? Oh, here we go. This is called, I'm going to call this strap the Hoe Master. It is purple crushed velvet with a leopard, actual leopard fur. Well, it's not actual leopard fur, it's cowhide, but it's actual fur bolt on it, so it's a zap strap, 2.5 inches wide, medium light padding, super long, beautiful, luxurious. Hoe Master will be going to actually a set of Pro Pins go with that, or a $75 credit in the store. Going to TGP member Jeff Germain. He also goes by King's X-Men. I believe I made a custom strap for him a few months ago, and he had some very nice things to say online, so he earns himself a nice strap or a $75 credit. All right, last prize for the day, a t-shirt. Did I show the t-shirt, by the way? These are beautiful. Look at this thing. I'm wearing one right now in green, but I bought a whole bunch of these in kind of a dark charcoal. And it's not black, you know, everybody wears black t-shirts, I didn't want that, but a nice dark charcoal with kind of the Well-Hung logo. I call these the Cougar Attractor. Be careful when where you wear them. The t-shirt, what else goes with that? Let's see here. T-shirt, ugly duckling strap, and a set of Pro Pins, or a $100 credit in the Well-Hung store. This is a Class Act strap in super highly distressed old leather. It's amazing, it's soft, it's got a patina on it like you wouldn't believe. I had a series of straps that sold pretty fast this year called patina made out of these, and I saved one of the pieces aside for the grand prize this year. And it's a beautiful strap in my Class Act design, which is super comfy. We've got a belt buckle on the back for easy adjustment, but that buckle will never come in contact with your guitar unless you're stupid. All right, so okay, who's getting that one? Grand prize. Let's dig deep, and we're going to come up with this one here. Sidmore on TGP. He's purchased a few. I don't know if he purchased any this year, but I know he will appreciate this strap because I believe that he's a working pro. So there we go, all 10 prizes. the last thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, I just in the last few days, the guitar community all mourning and sorrow for one Jeff Beck. I personally pretty deeply affected by this, not a relative or anything, but I just feel like having albums going back to like Truth and Beckola. I've got Blow by Blow, I've got Wired, I've got Flash. Nothing really new, but I mean, when I was coming up as a guitarist, I listened to a lot of Jeff Beck. And I think, particularly people my age, but lots of younger players and older players especially, Jeff Beck has just become a part of many guitarists' lives. I haven't felt this bummed since Malcolm passed away. I didn't feel the same for even Eddie or Alex Lifeson, but Jeff Beck just really hurts. And I'm hurting with you guys all out there right now. I found myself online. I was looking at post after post of so many other people just trying to find the words, you know, how he had affected them. From guitar gods like his peers to you know working pros and basement warriors like I am, you know, so many of us. Just it's such a huge loss. It's just a credit to his body of work with so many different people. It's fearless artistry, hard work, super talent, and you know, obviously just such a great dude to work with. And I'm hurting with you guys. I wanted to show you this. I'm gonna just cut away because I was gonna put it here, but I forgot to. But I'll cut away to this handbill that I found, or actually I traded for it many years ago when I was first starting to make straps. This is from 1968, and it's a handbill for the Fillmore West in San Francisco. It's amazing in that it's for the Yardbirds, but on the Yardbirds actually fronted by Jimmy Page just a few months before he formed the new Yardbirds, and had recommended Jeff Beck after Clapton left the Yardbirds, and then Beck left the Yardbirds in '67, I believe, and Page then toured with him for a little bit, and after the Yardbirds broke up, Page decided he was going to make the new Yardbirds, which became Led Zeppelin. But on the reverse side of this, you can see that Page was playing. I got some flooring going on upstairs. Page was playing with the Yardbirds, but 2 months later, the Jeff Beck group with Rod Stewart and Ron Wood were performing at the Fillmore. I mean, when you look at the names on this card, just what a great place and great time to be if you were able to take advantage of seeing some of these groups. But anyway, I didn't want to end it on a buzzkill with Jeff Beck passing, but I'm feeling it, and it's just a terrible loss to the guitar community, and I pray for everybody who's left behind that they can find peace. Now, and you know, especially like his peers, like, you know, like we talk about Clapton, Page, Townsend, Keith Richards, Tony Iommi, Gilmore, of course. All of these guys were his peers, you know, through the 60s and 70s. And they must be really hurting. And those are just the British guys, right? So, okay, so I send my congratulations to all the wonderful customers, well-hung people who have won this year. I'm glad to see actually that nobody won twice, which is kind of cool. Usually people win 2 or 3 times. So congratulations, you guys. You're all winners, even if I didn't draw your name. Final word today, I'm going to continue the endorsement program. Again, I'm going to clamp down pretty tight. You got to get that link in your posts to the Well-Hung store, or I'm not going to give you a ballot, okay? That's rule number 1. I'm going to loosen up things, though, if you purchase something on Reverb and you give an ass-kicking review, feedback for the other Reverbers to look at. I'm going to consider that as a ballot, but I mean, it's subjective, but make me laugh, do something cool. You got 500 characters, go for it, just have fun, all right? And lastly, again, I'm going to continue, if you do happen to do a nice YouTube review of ProPin's strap lock, old school strap locks, or my strap, that will also earn you a ballot in the draw. So it's a little extra work and quite a few extra steps, but that would definitely earn one. So other than that, I just wanted to say thank you for if you did purchase something from me today, last year, yesterday, year before. Thank you for watching what I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life so much, and I want you guys to all stay very well healthy, my friends. Take care.